Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about my 10 tips that I would give to a new reseller. This is also a collab video with my very good friend Rosa. Rosa Klochkov is her YouTube channel. She has amazing tips, amazing hauls, amazing budgeting videos on her YouTube channel. So make sure that you check out her video for her tips. I'll link it up above here in the cards and also down in the description for you so that you can watch that video after you watch this video. So if you're interested in seeing what my tips are, then just keep watching. Now, if you've been with me over the last few weeks, you know that I have 3 main focus areas for the rest of the year. So my tips are going to fall within those focus areas, which are inventory management, accounting, and work-life balance. Then I'll have one encompassing tip for you at the very end of the video. So let's just get on into it. My very first tip for you is to create an inventory management system from the start. No matter how big or how little your inventory is, you still should have an inventory management system from the very beginning. I'm currently testing out List Perfectly as my inventory management system, but there are different inventory management systems that you can use. There's several websites, there's several different services that you can purchase. There's stuff like List Perfectly, or you can just use a spreadsheet like I did for my first 2 years. But definitely use something so that you know exactly what's coming in, on what days those items are coming in, where it's stored in your home, how much you paid for it, all that good stuff, so that you can report on those later on, and it will help you see your sales performance or your inventory performance later on. So you can run several different reports on it, and it's just a win-win overall. So definitely have one of those from the very beginning. My next tip for you is to get rid of any underperforming items within your inventory. So there are several ways to get rid of those bad buys, including using ThreadUp. You can just go ahead and straight up donate them like I have over the last quarter. You can run sales on your Poshmark Closet, your eBay stores, whatever platforms you're selling on. Run some clearance sales just like the big box stores do. You can use those buy sell trade stores like Buffalo Exchange, or there's several different options for you to get rid of those bad buys, but definitely don't want to hang on to them if they're not performing after a set time frame. For me, it's quarterly, so every quarter go through my closet or my inventory system and see what's not performing, which is another reason why you should have that inventory management system, because it will tell you that you have a lot of stuff that you're holding on to. Get rid of them because they're taking up a lot of time and energy. You don't want to take more time and energy, or put more time and energy into it, than just take them on over to Goodwill like I did. I was just like, I'm not dealing with it anymore. Get out of here. I need space for new items. My next tip for you is to only purchase items whenever your sales performance indicates that you can. So this means for me, I'm only purchasing new inventory whenever I'm making enough sales and enough profit to do so. Because there are some things that eat into my profit, like paying myself, some expenses for my business like supplies, my wrapping supplies, any poly mailers that I might need to buy, or even services like List Perfectly or Virtual Assistant, my photographer, just all these different things that come into the things that we have to pay for. So there are several of those, as well as taxes. You have to pay taxes, or should be putting away money for taxes. That's a huge thing that I don't hear anyone talking about. They're talking about all these sales that they're getting, but not about how much they're putting away for taxes. So definitely only purchase new inventory whenever your sales performance is indicating that you can, because this is something that I did not do throughout the last year and a half, and I'm paying for it now. I'm seeing that my profit this year for next year's taxes is not going to be as well as it was the prior year, and that's a mistake that I made because I was just buying. So don't make that mistake. Only purchase when you can. Make sure that you're taking care of your business expenses, your taxes, or even paying yourself first before you go out there and spend all that money. My next tip for you is super important, and that is to consult a CPA to establish your accounting database, and also to give you some really, really good tips. Now, I have an accountant that I got at the end of my reselling year, my first year of my reselling, and I wish I had done it sooner because he gave me some excellent tips. He gave me my accounting database, let me know what types of accounting that we can do. I chose the average cost of goods method because it's easier, it fits my schedule a lot better. So he gave me that database, and he also let me know what he'd be looking for at the end of the tax year. So what expenses I could claim, or what things I could write off. And I didn't know any of that stuff. So I lost out on a lot of good stuff that I could have claimed for my tax year, but that's okay because I know now. So definitely consult a CPA to see what works for you, and to see what he would need or she would need to file your taxes. My next tip for you is to do the right thing. Make sure that you are reporting all of your profits and your losses. I know that a lot of us are very proud. I'm very proud, and I didn't want to admit that I had losses in my business, but I did, and it's okay because you get taxed on your profits as a business, and you want to make sure that everything is accurate so that you're taxed the right amount. So make sure that you're doing that, and keep in mind that the IRS does not like being lied to, so it's not a good thing if you get in trouble with them to have to go back and prove everything that you submitted. So make sure that you are tracking everything, all the profits, all the losses, all the good, the bad. Track it all, and it will definitely help in the end, and it gives you a good idea of what your metrics are, what your sales performance is, and how you're doing as a business. So definitely do that. Track everything, all the profits, all the losses. My next tip is to set up a schedule to take care of all of your accounting details. Now, if you're someone like me who's part-time, I have to look at my schedule for my family, my work life, all that good stuff, and determine when I can work on my side business. So I set up a schedule to do this twice a month on the 15th and the 1st of the month. That way I can be consistent, and it's easier for me to enter my details. If you're working on your business full-time, then you might want to do this at least once or twice weekly so that you can keep up with everything, because you might be moving a lot faster than I am. I don't get a whole lot of sales throughout the month, so it's easy for me to keep up with that twice a month accounting schedule. But don't fall behind. That's the biggest thing. Don't fall behind. It's hard to catch up. Trust me, I've been there. And it takes hours to do that, or even days to get caught up, depending on how far you've fallen back. But for me, it takes minutes now just to enter all of my details. I don't usually take more than an hour to take care of my accounting details because I keep up with it. My next tip is to plan out your schedule in advance. Decide what you want to accomplish for the week using the SMART goals method, and keep yourself accountable. So I like to set my schedule on a weekly basis. I have an expo board. If you have watched my room tour, my office tour, I have an expo board up here that everyone can see when they come into the office. So my kids can see it, Mike can see it, so they know exactly what I have planned. And it just helps so that they have an understanding that, hey, mom might be busy that day, or, oh, you're going to be working on this today. Okay, well, it's good that I know that, so it just helps to communicate things with my family. But for the most part, it helps me keep me accountable because I have it written down. If you have something written down, you're 50% more likely to accomplish that goal, and I just find it a lot more helpful to do that. My next tip for you is to communicate. That's the biggest thing that I would say to help you with your work-life balance. Communicate with your friends and family to let them know what your schedule is. So like I mentioned, I have my expo board up here to help me communicate when I can't verbally. Just let them know, hey, I have these things that I want to do, so this is on my schedule, and that way they know that they can work around your schedule, or maybe you're too busy that day and they'll catch you on the next day or something like that. So I find it helpful with the kids because, again, they can see, oh, mom's going to be a little bit busy that day, and they're more understanding, versus sometimes your kids will be like, Mom, you're always busy. And that was the thing that always broke my heart when they would say, oh, they walk into my office and say, oh, wait, never mind, you're busy. You don't want that. You don't want that feeling for you, for your kids, or anyone in your family, or even your friends. So let them know what your schedule is, and it's okay for them to have that kind of heads up. It's actually nice for them. For instance, for Mike, when he knows that I'm going to be working until 8 o'clock on my reselling business, he'll say, okay, well, we'll get together at 8:30 and we'll watch a movie. So it's okay. It makes things a little bit easier. Soon enough, your friends will understand, but do make time for them and try to let them know, hey, I'm working on your business. I'm working on my business on Sunday, but let's get together on Friday or Saturday because I'm not doing anything on those days. It just helps you schedule things together. The next tip I have for you is a pretty big one as well, and that's to know when it's time to stop working. So recognize when you're getting frustrated, recognize when your family is getting frustrated, your friends are getting frustrated. Just understand when it's time to stop, because like Mike always told me, your work's always going to be there. Your work's not going anywhere. There are always stuff that you're going to need to do. And although it's tempting to continue working like I was, I love staying busy. I love working on my reselling business, but your work's still going to be there. However, your friends and family, the time and memories that you can build with your friends and family, those are irreplaceable. They can't be repeated. You know, my kids are smaller, or actually they're big now, but if I think about it, like, they're young now, and I want to build those memories with them. With Mike especially too, I want to be able to have more memories with him and have good times with him. So be able to balance my time between my kids and Mike is super important for me, because we only live once and we only have those small chances to make some memories together, and we should take advantage of that. Work will always be there. Work's not going anywhere, and those sales aren't going anywhere either. So just take advantage of the time that you have with your friends and family and stop working when you can. My last tip for you is a huge one, and this is something that I have to remind myself of all the time, and that's to go at your own pace, because you're going to see Instagram stories, you're going to see Instagram posts, or all over social media where someone's doing so well. They've got stacks and stacks and stacks of packages that are going out the door every single day, and you're going to be asking yourself, well, why not me? Why am I not performing that way? I'm busting my butt and I'm still not getting those results. So what's going wrong with me? But you're not keeping in mind that people are only posting, or sometimes will only post the good stuff on social media. I'm guilty of that. I only post the good stuff on my social media, but that's because I want to capture the good stuff. I don't usually like to look at the bad stuff. You know, I have that in my spreadsheets already. So let me capture the good stuff when it happens. So don't compare yourself to anyone other than yourself. You know, look at your own metrics, look at your performance for the month, and determine, okay, this is how I did today or this month, and this is where I want to go next month, and set your goals accordingly. Give praise to those who are performing well as well on Instagram and social media. I asked them, like, how did you do that? You know, what is it? Or I'll read the caption to see, did you have a great sale, or what did you do to get all these great sales, and maybe learn from them. But don't follow them unless it's a super huge great tip that's 100% guaranteed. Don't follow them, just compare yourself to yourself, go at your own pace, and you'll enjoy this journey so much more. I can promise you that. Alrighty guys, that's it for this week's video. Thank you so much for joining me, and do not forget to head on over to Rosa's channel so you can hear all the great tips that she has for you as well. And if you have any questions about the tips that I shared with you today, please let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, I hope that you have a wonderful sales week, lots of sales days ahead, and a great day.